Good morning, Facebook. Hello, everybody. It is about 7:40 if you're catching this live. If you're on YouTube, it's on the replay. Good morning, everybody. It is the 21st, right? The 21st? Yep, the 21st of January. Jamie and I have been up since 5 o'clock. I've been in the kitchen since 5:30 cooking. Busy weekend here at the restaurant. Busy weekend for Jamie and I. We're headed to the Finger Lakes tonight, later tonight. And we are ushering 12 guests around to our favorite wineries on Seneca Lake. So, what's that? That's the freezer that came. So, let's see. Oh, good morning, Michael. Good morning, everybody who's tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, so we're touring the Finger Lakes, and we're taking 12 lucky guests to our favorite wineries.
Actually,
14. To our favorite wineries on Seneca Lake. Now, a lot of people missed out on this trip. A lot of people wanted to go, and we just couldn't accommodate all the people that wanted to go. People want to travel right now, even if it's within the state of New York. People are willing to go and just take a break from this whole COVID thing. So, we've just announced our next trip. Our next trip, Finger Lakes 2, is March 21st, 19th to the 21st, and we're doing Keuka Lake. We're doing Keuka Lake, which is a neighboring lake to Seneca Lake, and that's happening March 19th to the 21st. So check that out. Good morning, everybody who's tuning in again. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tammy. Oops, that's my tripod is moving. Sorry. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend up in the Finger Lakes. If you've never been to the Finger Lakes to tour the wineries, it is a must. There's hundreds and hundreds of wineries up and down between all the lakes, north of the lakes, south of the lakes, and between the lakes, on the lakes. There's hundreds of wineries. It is a real legitimate wine region that has gotten international attention. They're making world-class Rieslings up there. There's a couple of vineyards that have gotten into the Wine Spectator's top 100 list a couple times. And the Wine Spectator's top 100 list is not just top 100 for New York or not top 100 for the U.S. It's top 100 wines in the world. And Ravines is one of those wineries that has gotten there 2 or 3 times. Dr. Frank, Herman Weimer. There's some really awesome wineries up there that are making some really high quality whites, and even the reds. There's some really high quality reds. A lot of people will say, "Oh, New York wines, New York wines did have a bad reputation for a long time, but New York wines got serious in the last really 15 years. I mean, I remember going up there 20 years ago, 18 years ago when we first opened, and some of the wineries just, were okay. There were some wineries that stood out, but now there's an influence of new winemakers, new techniques, new styles of wines. That a lot of method champenoise are being made up there. Dr. Frank was really was the first ones to bring in the vinifera, the Cabernets, the Pinot Noirs, the regular vinifera. Upstate said, no, this stuff will grow, especially Pinot Noir, so the local varietals have phased out in a lot of wineries. A lot of wineries still will use them as, just have their local varietal, but a lot of the wineries have phased out a lot of the local stuff, the sweet stuff, the Cayuga, the Concord, the Niagara, and they've really gotten serious. So I suggest you get up there and take a look, and you'll be surprised. All right, so our Super Bowl party box. Our Super Bowl party box is announced. It's going out in an email today. It's getting posted on Facebook. All the food that's going in there, it's awesome. Our pizzas from Italy are in there, from Naples. The pizzas we import from Naples. If you've not had these pizzas, these are amazing pizzas. They come frozen. They're hand stretched, made with all the good flour, good tomatoes, the good mozzarella, right in Naples from a master pizzaiolo, hand stretched, wood fired. Brick oven, wood fired, and they're par baked, and we get them frozen, and you take them home and you finish them in your oven, and you'll have like one of the most amazing pizzas you've ever had. I promise. Really, really good stuff. And they also make a gluten-free version. That's on our grocery list, by the way. That'll be in there. Pulled pork sandwiches will be in there. Of course, cheese and local soppressata, mac and cheese. There's going to be a ton of stuff in that box. And there's going to be beer in the box. It's a $205 value, $204 value if you bought everything separately. $169, it's yours. It feeds up to 6 people easily. If you go to a party with this Super Bowl party box, you'll become the MVP of that party, bringing one of our party boxes. We'll also have add-ons if you want a shrimp cocktail or wings and things like that. There are things to add on very easily. So that party box is announced. And the good thing is we're going to be giving one of those away. Stay tuned for the contest announcement. Hopefully by tomorrow, we'll have an official contest announcement for that. So stay tuned for that. We had a surprise guest yesterday. And if Michael's still on, Michael knows this guest very, very, very well. We had a surprise guest yesterday. Maura from Mad River Distilling in Vermont showed up yesterday and paid us a visit. And we met her originally like 4 or 5 years ago. We were in New York City at a big food event. I think it was I don't know if it was the Fancy Food Show. It was one of the big food shows. And they were there pouring their spirits, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, a Vermont distillery or Vermont bourbons and stuff. So I walked up to her and I started looking around, and I said, would you like to taste? She goes, would you like to taste? And I said, first question, are you a distillery or are you a bottler? And she goes, we're a distillery. Thank you for asking that question. Big difference between a bottler and a distillery. I'm not saying bottlers are bad, but distilleries are the ones who take control and distill the product and make everything in the product. So we were talking, and Jamie and I was doing a thing at Facebook Live last week, and I was talking about local supporting local. It's one thing to be a local business, right? Oh, support this local business. I can't stand walking to businesses that say, oh, support us, we're local, and you walk in and they support nothing that's local in the business. Now, some business models that just won't work. Because, for example, if you're a running store and you're saying come support a local running store, you're going to walk in, and unfortunately, most sneakers are made in China. Unfortunately, most running shoes are made in China. However, there are maybe one pair of New Balances made in the U.S. still. There are a little bit of U.S.-made products. But for the most part, when you go into a running store, locally owned running store, you're supporting all these Chinese products. They don't really have that much of a choice. But in restaurants, we have choices. Local independent restaurants have the choice to serve locally produced, independently produced foods, wines, spirits, and beer. We have that choice. So, and a lot of other businesses have those choices as well. So even like a pharmacy can buy USA-made pharmaceuticals as opposed to imported. I've had this conversation with the pharmacists in the past about how they buy as many U.S. pharmaceuticals as possible. So even though it might not be a local, it can still be a U.S. or a regional thing. So local that supports local. Now, Maura was in yesterday and tasting us on her stuff, and I think Jamie did do a Facebook Live last night. I wasn't here. I had to run to Home Depot, which I got to run back to now. Stuff for the Airbnb, some finishing touches. The Mad River products. This is their maple cask rum. Jamie, do you have their rye? Of course, we don't have. There's no local sugar to make rum, but all of their grain products are local. She was telling us about her bourbon, which comes from New York, Massachusetts, and Vermont. Comes all the grains. Their rye, their Revolution rye, which is an amazing rye. It's toasted and it's a little chocolatey in there. There's no chocolate out of it, but it's toasted and gets that cacao, that dark chocolate notes to it. This was the first product I fell in love with them. So the Mad River rye is made with 100% New York rye. So they're a local or regional local distillery supporting local supporting local. So that's sort of my catchphrase lately, local supporting local. So this is an example of local supporting local. And I know, Michael, you had made a comment in here. Michael from Black Infusions has partnered.
I was on the phone with her yesterday when she
So Michael and Maura have partnered up to make a Mad River barrel project, which let me just show you this project here. Michael's been on many of Michael's always on our Facebook Lives. Great guy. And he does a lot of his own Facebook Lives. Check out Black Infusions.
Marcus, is anybody watching you right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You keep freezing.
I keep freezing? Okay, there are people. If I'm freezing, I apologize. It's not my fault. So there's the Mad River and the Black Infusion. That's their Black Fig Vodka and Mad River Rum. That's a joint venture. That barrel sits here. There's some good stuff in there. We make the Mad Hatton out of it. The Mad Hatton, which is fig vodka and barrel cask rum. Maple cask rum. It is so good. Everybody who tastes it is like, oh my gosh. You can make a lot of dark rum drinks this time of the year, especially. Jamie, she even told us about a Bloody Mary with dark rum, her dark rum. I'm not a Bloody Mary fan to begin with.
She said, have you ever tried a Bloody Mary with rum? Yeah.
Yeah, with her dark rum. And I was like, I'm willing to try it. I'm not really a Bloody Mary fan, but it's interesting. So, and of course, Manhattans are now made with dark rum. A lot of people are making Manhattans with that. Remember the first time one of our guests came in, John's father, and was like, I want a Manhattan with rum. And we're like, okay. And it was good. It was good. But we're like, okay, Manhattan with rum. Manhattan's usually made with whiskey, rye, bourbon, something like that. All right, let's see. Tuna, $9.99 tuna. Rest of the week, $9.99 tuna. That's one of the reasons I was in the kitchen this morning at 5:30 a.m. because I had to sear off a ton of tuna for the special tonight. I was doing a bunch of things, getting the kitchen ahead, cooking off bacon, all these things. So, tuna, $9.99. Burgers tonight, $9.99 to go. That's a nightly special. The tuna is a weekly special. You'll be able to get the tuna all week long until Sunday for $9.99 to go. Let's see. Super Bowl party box, Finger Lake strip. I think I've covered everything. Right, Jamie? Covered everything.
Wine dinner Monday night.
Wine dinner Monday night. Since we've switched our formats, our wine dinners have been a massive success. We used to do these wine dinners. They used to be 4 or 5 courses, $75, and great value still. Great wines on a Friday night. It would take 2 hours to eat, 1 hour and 45 minutes to eat, and everything, because all the courses had to be timed in the wine, and it was a big production. When COVID hit, and then we were able to reopen in June, we said, let's make these dinners much more casual and more informal, and a lot less money. So we do 4 wines now, 4 wines, 1 dish, $25. It's a nice sized dish, 4 wines, equivalent to 2 glasses. If you just bought 2 glasses of wine, it's gonna be $20 to $24. But now you get those 2 glasses of wine, 4 different wines, and a dish for $25. It's a bargain. We typically sell out of these because we have limited seating to begin with. In the summertime, we were putting in the garden, 24 people socially distanced, and that's all we could really fit, and it would sell out every single time. Right now, we can maybe accommodate 14 inside, depending upon the configuration. So that's every other Monday. We have people that come every other Monday like clockwork. They're here, doesn't matter what the theme is. It's a night to get out and enjoy, and I talk about the wine, I talk about the food. Every now and then I will have a wine rep here talking about the wines. This week is Spain versus Italy. 2 Spanish reds and 2 Italian reds. And you decide, Spain versus Italy. And of course, it's not what we're doing, the 2 white, the 2 reds of each is really not indicative of the whole wine production, but we just picked 2 fun wines that we have on our list, 4 fun wines that we have on our list, Spain versus Italy, and you can decide. A lot of people might not be drinking Spanish wine or might not drink Italian wine. A lot of people drink Rioja, and they might not try Chianti or other wines, so you'll be able to really compare the 2 on Monday night. That's it, folks. Like I said, I have to run back to Home Depot. I have to get custom cut blinds for the Airbnb. So got to take care of that this morning. And that is it. Hope everybody has an amazing weekend. Again, stay healthy. Take your vitamins. Get sunlight. Get some good air. The cold air stimulates your immune system. Really productive for you. I can't wait to get out and run today. I got 2 new pairs of running shoes yesterday, so I'm really happy about that. A trail pair and a pair of Gore-Tex. I'd like to think I'm going to get out on a trail today and break the new shoes in. I buy all my running. If anybody asks, I buy all my running shoes from Frank, the shoe fitter in Middletown. I told a story last week how I've just been very loyal and faithful to Frank over the years. Independent store in Middletown. So he got my shoes in, and we picked them up the other day. So super excited to they both feel fantastic. One of my favorite brands, Innovate, and can't wait to get them out on the trails and try them out. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Everybody have an amazing, amazing day, amazing weekend. Everybody stay safe, healthy.
We'll do Facebook Live from the Finger Lakes tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no, we will.
We'll be doing some Facebook Lives.
We'll be doing Facebook Lives in the Finger Lakes, so definitely check that out. And we'll be showing you the wineries that we're out at and doing stuff like that. So Jamie and I are spending tomorrow morning to late afternoon doing research for the Keuka Lake trip. We know Keuka Lake. We've been there before. We're going to see Art up at Hunt Country, Art Hunt, 7th generation farmers up in Keuka Lake. 7 generations of farming the family has up in Keuka Lake. We're going to see Art Hunt. It was the owner of Hunt Country Vineyards up in Keuka Lake. It's up in the Keuka Lake's like a Y. It's Y-shaped, and they're up on the top left Y in there. So we're gonna go see Art. Spoke to Art the other day. Art's been to the restaurant a couple of times, and we've had his wines on and off over the years. And he made an amazing, amazing Pinot Gris a few years ago, like 5 years ago.
In a long time.
We haven't been.
This is a
Long time. It's probably been 6 years since we went to the winery. So, and we haven't seen Art in 5 years, you know. And I sent him an email, and we haven't talked to Art in 5 years. Yeah. And the first thing he says is, "How's your son doing?" This and that. He must be a senior now in high school, and this and that. So it's just great to be able to do business with independents like that. You know, where you can have real conversations, just beyond somebody walking in and trying to push something to sell to you. And the same thing yesterday, Jamie, with Maura, right?
Yeah.
Maura, the owner of Mad River, she came in sort of unannounced. Yeah. We found out she was in the area, and she kind of realized that she could come down and see us, and so she came down from Kingston to see us, and we had dinner last night with her here, and I had to run out, and she stayed for another hour and a half, and you two just talked.
Talked for a while.
Yep, and you know, as business owners, it's very important for us to connect with other business owners that we support. So super relationships for us are very, very huge. So that was nice to see her and have her, and for us to have dinner together. And we always try it all the time when our wine reps come in to visit. We always try to provide some kind of food, whether it's a cheese plate or something. I feel if you've taken the time to come sit down with us, even though it's their job, it's just a way to just, you know, show our hospitality. If you were in Italy and you showed up anywhere, they're cooking for you. That's just what happens. They cook for you. They got food ready for you. And I guess it's the Italian and us that we want to just be able to.
And actually, we stopped with Frank's, the shoe fitter, yesterday too. And the first thing he said is, "How's your son?" And Justin was right behind me. And he goes, "Oh my God, you're huge." You know, people who know us and know our kids, you know, haven't seen them in a while. Like, wow. And they always say, "How's Courtney? What's she up to?"
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. We appreciate all the connections we've made over the years. It's truly been touching. So thank you, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Have a safe weekend.